अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। मैं हूं आपकी मेज़बान उज़मा खान और आप देख रहे हैं प्रोग्राम सिस्टर्स कॉर्नर ऑन इक्रा टीवी। एक बहुत ही अच्छा शेर मेरे दिमाग में इस वक्त जो है वो आ रहा है, जो कि गेस्ट हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं उन्हीं का शेर है और मैं पढ़ना चाहूँगी आज के टॉपिक के हवाले से, और वो है कुछ यूँ। अभी कुंजियाँ ही संभालनी सीखी थी मैंने, अभी कुंजियाँ संभालनी सीखी ही थी मैंने, कि साइबर क्रिमिनल ने कर दिया खाली बैंक मेरा। और आज का टॉपिक है साइबर सिक्योरिटी के हवाले से, और हमारे साथ जो ख़ास मेहमान मौजूद हैं वो किसी भी तारीफ़ की मोहताज नहीं हैं, और आपसे मुतारफ़ किए देना चाहूँगी शबाना खान है हमारे साथ, जिन्होंने कि एमएससी ऑनर्स जो है साइबर सिक्योरिटी में किया हुआ है, और आज की वक्त की अशद ज़रूरत है अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करना, लोगों में अवेयरनेस स्प्रेड करना साइबर सिक्योरिटी के हवाले से। इसी वजह से हमने आज इनको अपने प्रोग्राम में बुलाया है। थैंक यू सो मच एंड अस्सलाम वालेकुम। वेलकम टू द प्रोग्राम।
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much, Uzma, for inviting me. And
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for the nice introduction. Yes.
I'm feeling very honored to have you in my program today, honestly.
Pleasure is all mine, my dear.
Thank you so much. Obviously, Shabana, you are the expert person in cybersecurity, and in today's era, obviously, this is a very, very important topic because many many people are going through a lot of like cyber crimes where bank details could be hacked, phone can be hacked, somebody can go into your privacy in the other way. But this is like people do not have a lot of awareness about this issue, and they don't know like what is cybersecurity actually. So first of all, obviously a lot of viewers are watching the program today. I would like to ask you about what is cybersecurity?
It is a very good question because fundamentally understanding of cyber and then with a connection of security is not a new concept, but it in many ways a new concept, especially for BAME communities, because if I give it an analogy, it will be like we have our homes. We recognize the door have a lock key. We put padlocks on our bikes because these all are tangible assets. We have developed understanding of securing them. Like before we sleep, we make sure before we leave our home, the locks, keys, and everything is in place. But now we live in parallel worlds. We live in the physical world and we live in the digital world. In the digital world, I'm just giving an analogy. In the physical world, we know we have mind, body, and soul. So technically, we have, of course, a physical element, and then we have a soft element of our personalities. In the same way, in the cyber world, the soul of our existence is our presence, our identity, our email details, our digital footprint. So once we use the cyber world, we go, we check our emails, we use access our bank, we send photos through WhatsApp, we are connecting, we are engaging, social media and everywhere.
Yeah.
But we are not aware that how we protect ourselves into this new world.
Yeah.
So we have embarked on a journey which is, very flashy, very fascinating, convenience, like you just need to buy food and everything. So in return of using those services, we share our very personal information, which includes our bank details, our date of birth. But the moment you put these details out, if the considerable care is not taken, considered in advance, so this information can be leaked to those who can use it to exploit it. So actually we need to be aware in the cyber world as we are aware in the physical world. So like I have experienced many people never even change their generic Wi-Fi password which comes at the back of the box. Yeah. You understand? So, like, if many of the audience, if I ask you this question, like, I must say, many of you will say you still have the same, like, 3 years old password onto your box. So it's just like that. You have left your front door open. So that's where the cybersecurity is. In comparison, for us to understand what cybersecurity is. Cybersecurity is in the cyber world. understanding your security requirements, and to prevent that, you have to take action.
Obviously, when we talk about cybersecurity, and a lot of things comes up in our head, like, okay, this could be the reason, these could be the issues, these problems can be online, or online gaming, online shopping, online details, all these things. But what are the common types of cyber crimes happening these days?
Basically, it all depends on individuals. Like your name, your bank details are the first key thing, because if somebody has your date of birth or your bank details, they can do the shopping with your bank, you know. So technically your wallet, when you go out, your wallet is the target. When you go in the cyber world, your bank details is the target, yeah. So the second aspect is, when you put this information out, it's very important that the platform where we are giving this information out, they are also responsible to secure that information which we share. For example, we share this information with Yahoo, they had one of the largest hack. Facebook has one of the largest hack, you know. That's where we share our date of birth or family or people. So the hacking world is so huge and so big, to put it in a nutshell. But for an individual, it could be your date of birth, it could be your bank details, it could be your NI number, it could be your passport, your emails, especially the phishing emails, which can hack your computer, which can lead to viruses to your computer, which can add malware to your computer. So basically, it's a complete bonanza of things when it comes to the cyber world.
Shabana, when we talk about, obviously, cybersecurity, the other issue is many people know about what it is, because they have been through a lot of different online frauds and things and stuff. But many people do not know how to protect themselves or their families from cyber crimes. So can you tell me in like few steps, few common, like easy steps where they can protect themselves and their family, their children, people connected with them? So how can we be more protected or safeguarded?
I think the first and foremost thing which I would say is doubt. Create a doubt in your head. Whenever somebody is calling you, you cannot, even if you create a doubt. What I mean by that, if somebody is calling you, always think, is it actually that person calling me? You understand? Because telephone fraud in BAME communities, one of the major telephone fraud happened when people pretended to be HMRC.
Yeah.
They called people.
Sending emails.
Not email, they called them and they held them onto the phone. One of my clients, they took that person to go to and buy Amazon vouchers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like that's exactly what happened, because this is where this went. It was one of the very major thing. And then what happens is that if your bank or HMRC or such institution who has to contact you, there are many ways to verify. For example, if somebody says, I'm from HMRC, that's my batch number, that's what I want you to do, this and that. But you should have at least this much awareness that if HMRC is asking you, you can simply ask them, can you please send this to me in the writing?
Yeah.
Can you please send me a letter?
Yeah.
Why you are asking this information on the telephone? They'll say, we are coming to arrest you and everything. Just tell them, I understand my civil rights. You understand? Because when you become vulnerable, when you become weak, because they prey on you, on your preconceived weaknesses. So what you have to say is question it.
Yeah, you have to
I mostly get my call from HMRC, not HMRC, thank God. I get call from HSBC. It's my bank. So if they call me for something and they say, okay, this is what it is. I say, listen, I would like to confirm. Can you send me an email?
Yeah.
Or they'll say, okay, we can give you one part of your date of birth, or we can give you this question. So basically, you can ask a question. You can go back and ask a question. When you ask a question, that's where you get, like, the other person know you are not trusting them. The moment they become somebody you are assessing to trust them, that's where you get an upper edge. If they are the one who pressurizing you, that you become the weaker edge.
Yeah.
So asking a question is the first step.
Yeah.
The second most important step will be, remember, we have to understand this thing. There are institutions, there are authorities, action fraud, then cybercrime support. There is so much support available for you, and these organizations are there to facilitate you. So you have to trust those resources and make sure that when somebody asking for an information, you can always you're entitled to ask for a verification.
Yeah. That's a very, very good actually answer, I would say, Shabana, because obviously when we talk about huge businesses, industries, they do have like a system where they are protected or safeguarded. But when we talk about small businesses, they do not have that much, security, or they are not safeguarded the way they should. Obviously, the huge businesses are, or they are struggling somewhere and they have threats from hacking and kind of where they are facing like kind of cyber criminals as well, with different sort of things in the system, in the online system, or bank details. So how they can be protected more from cyber crimes?
Basically, if you see about 23.3 million cybercrime happened in the past 2 years. And on average, every business on weekly basis faces 27% of British businesses on every week face a cyber threat. Mostly they are ransomware. When they hack your information, you will not have access to your files, you will not have access to your machine.
Yeah.
So they will only allow you to release your data once you pay them the money.
Yeah.
And in many cases that still is not retrievable. So the best advice will be, first of all, they have to have secure cloud backup or a physical backup. Very important for them, so that if their information is gone, they should be able to restore it. Second is they have to have good softwares, firewalls to support their system. That's the second aspect of the business. The third aspect of the business is that they have to have awareness, staff training. They have to tell them not to use, like USBs and the physical devices into the machines. They should have a controlled system where their software is updated, patch. When the software comes, if there is a vulnerability, the software created will create a patch. A patch means like if they find that vulnerability, they will put a solution to it. So it means you have to update your software to bring that solution to yourself. So they have to update their systems all the time. So I think the best key for the SME is have a backup.
Yeah. That's a very good point, actually. But obviously, when we discuss cyber crimes, and many people don't know how to report it, and especially small businesses or people who are not well educated or not knowledgeable, and they are struggling to pass information or to report the information, whatever they have got, or their phone have been hacked, they don't know, and they don't know like where to go. Obviously, when they call the police, it's not police's job. Obviously, it's a cyber crime thing. So would you be able to tell us if they are going through any sort of cyber crime, where to report it, how to report it, and what are the main bodies working at the moment with cyber crimes?
Basically, UK Action Fraud is your first point of contact. That is dedicated. They have telephone. They have like online. You can do that. And the best part is that they also provide multilingual help. So if English is not a barrier, if you have a problem, you can call them and you can request for multilingual support. So I remember in one incident there was a Polish woman who went through shopping fraud. She reported them, and then Action Fraud could arrange for her translator, and she reported, and she managed to recover her money. So it's important to access the services available. It's very important. The moment you have been a victim of fraud, you should report it at Action Fraud, because that not only, they will provide you a crime reference number in case if you have an insurance on the fraud, if your credit card is used and things like that. So all that information which you will be provided will provide you assistance with the respective, like for example, if your credit card is fraudulently used and when you understood, you reported it to Action Fraud, so that will tremendously help you with your recovery of the money.
Shabana, thank you so much. Honestly, a lot of information you are sharing is very helpful for myself as well, because I'm not aware of a lot of things, and it's very helpful for all the sisters watching program at the moment as well. But when we talk about like online playing, online gaming these days, a lot of pictures can be, you know, edited, and then when we talk about sextortion, and then we talk about online harassment, we talk about child abuse, we talk about, you know, different sort of harassments when we use our pictures online, or it can be any post, or it could be just edited kind of stuff as well. So how can we protect it from those type of cyber crimes? And what are the main steps we should be taking, or where shall we contacting?
Like when it comes to this personal aspect of the part, which is when you report, because we come from societies where it is stigmatized, like the people do not want to know the source, like you know the sex extortion and all that part of the problem. The people do not address this problem, and they try to hide, or they don't want to discuss it. So that's not the right approach to do that, to be honest. It's important that if you can do it discreetly, again through Action Fraud. There are other organizations as well who will be able to, they will signpost you, they will help you, they will connect you with the support system. And the second part, when it comes to cloning and somebody put your face, with the generative AI, it has become a piece of cake, which was previously technical aspect connected to it. It's just like that, you can clone whatever you like. So I think if you say how we can prevent ourselves, my answer with the current, there is no prevention in that, to be honest. There is no way you can be prevented in this. The whole thing I would rather say is that you have to be just cyber aware. Because like on my WhatsApp, I have my picture, many of people have, but you can't live without the picture world as well, this is important. Like picture is your ID, picture is your ID.
Actually.
So basically in the same way, when it spreads, the reliability, like if I say something and something like that, for me being a person from cybersecurity background, I doubt. I don't believe anything. Like now we come to a point where whatever you see is not believable. You understand? It in a way is something, if something of that level has happened.
People can change the voice, people can change the face, everything is possible.
Yes, everything is possible. So it loses the credibility, you see. So when there is no credibility, there is less risk. You understand? If somebody put my picture on Kareena Kapoor's body, that's what I'm saying, maybe I'll be happy about it. But generally speaking, when you do that, like it's not, it doesn't make any sense anymore. Because now it's so possible for people to know that. So it's a joke, to be honest. So just take it as a joke at this minute, but you have to report it. That I again go back to it. If you are impacted by that, if you come from a background where it is very important for you that something like this is not acceptable, because then there are systems within the government organizations who will pursue it. So this can be removed from the thing, but at the same time, it's so widespread now. Like there is no simple answer to that. You can just hibernate yourself, never show your face, if that is the way to do that. But that's, I think, is also not possible.
Obviously, especially आज का जो दौर है, इसमें बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुश्किल है कि हम बिल्कुल कट के रह जाएं अपनी पिक्चर्स से, कट के रह जाएं लोगों से. ये चीज़ें सब में हमें बहुत बोल्ड होना पड़ता है, कॉन्फिडेंट होना पड़ता है, बहादुर होना पड़ता है, तभी कुछ चीज़ों का मुकाबला हम आसानी से कर सकते हैं. और शबाना, जब ऑब्वियसली बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग भी हैं जो कि इन चीज़ों से बहुत फैसिनेट होते हैं, बहुत अट्रैक्ट होते हैं, जो कि मिसाल के तौर पे आप आजकल देखने को मिलता है कि ऑनलाइन जो है ना वो पिक्चर किसी और की होती है और बॉडी किसी और की होती है, बट इट लुक्स रियली रियली रियल, यू नो, कि हमें ये लगता है कि यही हकीकत है और यही सब कुछ है जो नज़र आ रहा है, हालांकि होता नहीं है। पिक्चर्स, आवाज़ चेंज हो जाती है। और स्पेशली आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं वो ऑनलाइन जो गेम्स खेलते हैं उनमें बहुत कुछ बच्चे जो है ना समटाइम्स सुसाइड कर लेते हैं और वो सारे एक ड्रामा होता है, हकीकत नहीं होती है। फिर इसके अलावा कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हो जाती हैं बच्चों से जो कि वो पेरेंट्स को बता नहीं सकते हैं, पेरेंट्स अवेयर नहीं होते हैं, तो ट्रबल में पड़ जाते हैं। तो आप क्या एडवाइस करना चाहेंगी जो ख़वातीन, जो माएँ हमारी सिस्टर्स प्रोग्राम देख रही हैं, कि बच्चों को किस तरह से प्रोटेक्ट किया जाए साइबर क्राइम से?
Smina, this is a very good question. And I would like to mention it before we go to the children. It's important that as parents we understand this question. You see, when you and me, we watch a movie, a character is playing, their mother die, I sit down and cry because I felt so emotional connected to the situation, you know. We know they are putting a drama. We know it's not a reality.
Very close to real.
You understand? We see a cartoon movie. In that movie, we feel so connected that we say, oh, this even though it's a cartoon dying, we feel that real emotion towards that. This is why this all mediums of filmmaking, cinematic, you know, displays, they all are successful because they play on your emotions. When somebody can influence your emotion, that's where they are being successful. You know, so the biggest currency in this current world is not money now. It's our eyeballs, because how much time we are glued to these things. So it's important for us to understand this thing as parents. When we experience this thing, when we have the understanding and awareness, it impacts you because our brain cannot tell the difference. It's all psychology. When it comes to the children, when they are participating and enjoying in these kind of things, they associate their happiness to that thing, what character is feeling. If there is a negative, if there is a negative character, so the people fascinate with that because that's what it is, you know. So it's important for us to now bring the maturity of understanding from right from wrong to our children. I would not say there is a cyber system or there is a government site which will help us.
Samina, I will continue the topic because it's very important, and especially all the sisters watching program at the moment, they must be interested to know how to protect themselves, the children, from cyber crimes and sort of online gaming and stuff. We will talk in detail, but here is a time for a short break. Please stay tuned with us and see you after a short break.